February the 7th, 1890.
I am traveling homeward from Pittsburgh to New York at a rate of 40 miles an hour upon the Pennsylvania Limited. The cars are connected by a covered passageway so that we can pass from end to end of the train. The train has a dining car, its tables beautifully ornamented with flowers, excellent meals provided, fresh cooked on the train, a lady's maid, men's servants, all the latest daily and weekly papers, bathrooms for ladies and gentlemen, a barber shop, an excellent library. Special telegrams of public interest are received as we proceed, but the latest addition is the official stenographer to whom I am now dictating.
Perhaps a Pullman Palace car doesn't sound so cool in the era of business class air travel, or an official stenographer in the age of emails and mobile phones. But for its time, 1890, this account of rail travel American style sounded very impressive. What really mattered in economic terms was that the railroad boom after the Civil War had pulled the United States together into a single market for both people and goods. The merger movement produced a handful of big companies like the Pennsylvania and the New York Central. Even more striking, the railroads standardized time. In Civil War America, life had run on local time. The town clock was set at noon when the sun passed directly overhead. So there were thousands of different times being observed across America. The idea of standard time zones had been discussed for a while, but it was the railroads who pushed it through. Standard time eventually became federal law a quarter of a century later in World War I. America's diet was also revolutionized by the railroad age. In the 1860s, most people subsisted on bread, potatoes, root vegetables, meat, usually salted, and dried fruits. So the average diet wasn't very nutritious or appetizing. From the 1870s, however, special freight cars, insulated and packed with ice, enabled meat, fruit, and vegetables to be moved from the warm farmlands of the West and South to the North and Midwest. But even more important was what America started eating out of tin cans, thanks mainly to a German-American called Henry John Heinz. Starting out with horseradish pickles and mustard, in 1876, Heinz' Pittsburgh factory branched out into tomato ketchup.
I said to myself, we do not have styles of products, but we do have varieties of products. Counting up how many we had, I counted well beyond 57. But 57 kept coming back into my mind. 7. There are so many illustrations of the psychological influence of that figure and of its alluring significance to people of all ages and races that 58 varieties or 59 varieties did not appeal at all to me as equally strong. I got off the train immediately, went down to the lithographers, where I designed a streetcar card and had it distributed throughout the United States. I myself did not realize how highly successful a slogan it was going to be.
America's single market and its political unity after the Civil War were huge economic bonuses, enabling the country to capitalize on its abundant natural resources, particularly wood, coal, iron, and oil. By 1900, the United States had leapfrogged over Britain, once known as the workshop of the world, to produce a third of the globe's manufactured goods. Yerkes was just one of many American business predators rampaging through Britain in the first decade of the 20th century. Buck Duke, founder of the American Tobacco Company, was trying to buy up Britain's tobacco industry. Banker J.P. Morgan was bidding for Cunard, the shipping line, while in the High Street, H.J. Heinz started a factory in Peckham, and the retailer Frank Woolworth opened his first British store in Liverpool. The press whipped up a storm about this American invasion. One journalist predicted the Americanization of the world, America had once been Britain's colony. Now it seemed the economic roles were reversed. The New World was buying up the old.